Have you ever gotten your blood work done, looked at the results, and seen those three concerning words? Triglycerides are high. This is a huge, flashing red flag that often gets swept under the rug by doctors. Doctors who are mainly focused on LDL. But here's a truth that every metabolically switched on person knows. High triglycerides are a massive, independent predictor of heart disease, stroke, and a clear sign of underlying insulin resistance. I'm Kait, a certified nutritionist, and I want to tell you that high triglycerides are a sign that your body is overflowing with extra energy. And not in a good way. It means your liver is working overtime, desperately converting sugar and refined carbs into fat. The good news? You don't actually need a prescription. We can bring these numbers down dramatically by using targeted nutrition. Today, I'm giving you the precise metabolic blueprint. We'll talk about the single biggest diet mistake that causes the spike, and the 4 powerful foods you can add to your diet immediately to bring these numbers down quickly without ever needing a statin. To fix high triglycerides, we need to first understand the cause. Triglycerides are simply fat stored in your blood, but the key is where they come from. They are not created from healthy fats you eat, like olive oil or avocado. They are primarily created from excess energy, specifically excess sugar and refined carbohydrates. When you eat too many highly processed carbs and sugar, your body releases a lot of insulin. Your muscle and liver cells, which are already full of energy, start to resist insulin signal. So your liver has to step in to take the excess sugar and chemically convert it into triglycerides, bundling them up into little packages called VLDL to ship them out for storage. And that's why high triglycerides are one of the most accurate and classic signs of metabolic syndrome. When you see those numbers high in your blood test, you can pretty much guarantee you're insulin resistant. The outdated advice is to eat less fat. The real metabolic key is to eat less sugar and refined carbohydrates and replace it with high quality fat and protein. These 4 items work in synergy to address the underlying problem. They suppress the liver's fat production, displace refined carbs, and improve your cell's sensitivity to insulin. Food number 1 is sardines. The single most proven tool for lowering triglycerides is omega-3s from marine sources. And the specific omega-3s are EPA and DHA. I recommend starting with sardines. They are small, inexpensive, wild-caught, and packed with omega-3s. These fatty acids don't just reduce inflammation. They specifically tell your liver to slow down its production of VLDL, the molecule that carries triglycerides into your bloodstream. Now, if you can't stomach sardines, if they're not your favorite, this principle applies to any cold water oily fish. So sardines, mackerel, those are good as well. Don't rely on chia seeds or flax seeds to get your omega-3. The type of omega-3 in these foods is actually a different form, a form that's not as beneficial. Now, the body can convert it to the form that we need that does have these benefits, but it converts it at a very low rate. So really the key here is to get omega-3 from marine sources. Food number 2 is avocados. High triglycerides almost always go hand in hand with low HDL cholesterol. This is generally considered to be the protective good cholesterol. Although there's a little bit more nuance into cholesterol being good and bad, which I won't get into today. But what you need to know is that HDL is good, and avocados are one of the best foods you can eat to increase it. The specific monounsaturated fats in avocados improve insulin signaling and are associated with a favorable fat profile, helping to boost protective HDL. By replacing high-carb foods like cereal with a high-quality fat source like avocado, you're lowering your carbohydrate load and reducing your insulin spike. Aim for half an avocado a day if you can. This is an easy addition to almost any meal at any time of day that can have a big impact on your triglycerides. Food number 3 is extra virgin olive oil. Now, this isn't just a cooking oil. There's more to it than that. The primary monounsaturated fat in extra virgin olive oil is oleic acid, and it's very powerful. Studies show that using high-quality olive oil with meals dramatically reduces the post-meal triglyceride spike, which is that big surge that happens right after you eat. It also helps to repair insulin sensitivity in the fat cells themselves. Use it liberally. Do not fear this healthy fat. Use it as a dressing base, drizzle it over cooked vegetables, or some people even add a tablespoon in with apple cider vinegar and lemon water. And finally, number 4 is MCT oil. This is one of my favorite metabolic boosters. It's a type of fat that's handled completely differently by the body. MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides, and unlike other types of fat, MCTs bypass your usual fat storage process and are sent directly to your liver to be used immediately for energy. They are far less likely to be packaged as VLDL and stored as triglycerides. Now, here's a crucial detail you must know. Not all MCT oils are created equal. You need to look for a brand that focuses on C8 and C10. You want to avoid brands that are mainly C12 or have any C12 at all, really. While C12 is technically an MCT, it acts more like any other type of fat in the body, missing the entire point of why MCT oil can be beneficial. Taking a pure C8, C10 blend routinely, especially in your morning coffee, is associated with lower overall triglyceride levels because it helps displace those high sugar coffee drinks or carb-heavy breakfasts, giving your body a clean, direct energy source. You can find the specific C8, C10 blend that I use in the description box down below. Adding these 4 foods to your diet is essential, but it's not the only thing that matters. They're only part of the solution. They work best when you cut out the habits that are driving your triglycerides up in the first place. You need to focus on 2 non-food metabolic boosters. The first is cutting the sugar and the alcohol. This really is a non-negotiable step. Alcohol is the #1 driver of liver-based fat production, aka triglycerides. It forces your liver to prioritize metabolizing the alcohol, leaving glucose and other compounds to be immediately converted to fat. Similarly, removing sources of hidden sugar and refined flour is the fastest way to drop the numbers. Number 2 is to prioritize your sleep. Again, another non-negotiable. Poor sleep is a form of stress that raises cortisol. When cortisol is high, blood sugar is high, and your liver starts making more triglycerides. Prioritizing your sleep is a direct action you can take to lower your blood numbers. Now, please remember, this is a nutrition and lifestyle approach that is aimed to fix the root cause, insulin resistance. This is not medical advice, and you should always talk to your doctor about your blood work. Let me know in the comments down below when the last time you had your triglycerides tested was. Have you seen them go up over the years, or is there